And some people don't like hearing it from me, but they're like, hey, how do we get President Trump back in office? I'm like, well, in 2024, you put him back in office by winning. They're like, well, can't we get him back in now? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. You know, like even if tomorrow there was a recount and it all went away the way that so many of us thought it was going to go in President Trump's favor, there's literally no mechanism on planet Earth that would allow him to be put back in the Oval Office. I mean, look, I wish it wasn't true. I wish there was another way to do it. I mean, but that's the reality. So I have those tough conversations in, you know, in programs, whether it's yours or whoever. That guides us through time, but time changes. Donald Trump changed the time. He grasped onto what the old standard bearers of the Democrats and GOP had led us onto, which was a lot of corporate lies, a lot of like bulk media lies, and a lot of failure and accountability. And they got sick of it over years. That's the thing about the system that I probably disagree with. Americans want change overnight, and I'm just like, that's not our system. And I never want it to be that way. It takes time to change it. Would I want Donald Trump to be president tomorrow? Sure, but that's not the system, nor should it be. It has to take time. You have to have elected representatives go in and run the Republican democratic process, because our founding fathers, that's what they wanted in the Constitution. They didn't want an overnight change because it would lead to the destruction of our society. So I think on the fourth,
to hand over power militarily to Joe Biden.
Well, to hand over the transition, the government, and part of the DOD's role is when the president speaks through the GSA and says transition, each agency transition, but the DOD's mission is the largest because we have to not only actually transition the mission, we have to transition and we do the security posture. We safeguard the Capitol. We put in the National Guard. We bring in federal law enforcement to assist us because the military, the DOD,
do you have what you need in place to counter it?
Good morning, sir. I do believe we have everything. If I can first say happy holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King, and please allow me to say how proud I am of the almost 25,000 National Guardsmen who have come in from all 50 states and territories to help support the Secret Service and the police departments with a peaceful transition of military power.
How the mission works. It goes from the president to the Secretary of Defense. That's it. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff by law has no operational authority in the Department of Defense ever per statute. So the president ordered it through his GSA. The Secretary of Defense executed it
with a peaceful transition of military power.
And you saw the transition occur. And the Secretary of Defense and I literally sent off President Trump at Andrews Air Force Base as the outgoing president and ensured that the nuclear football and the no-fail mission was transitioned to the Biden presidency. You literally can't plan for these things if you're saying, oh, by the way, incite an insurrection and use the military to keep me in power.
It's not possible. So it's fake. So it's an anti-insurrection.
Yeah.
It's the same peaceful transfer of power that we've had for 250 years in this country.
Just play it and then talk about it for a second?
Yes, yes.
There are the Bidens standing in the cold, waiting to be let into their new home, the White House. Everyone wondered what was going on. Why were the doors shut? Well, now we know. The chief usher who was supposed to open the door was fired. Timothy Harleth was hired by the Trumps in 2017 after he had worked for them at the Trump International Hotel in D.C. But the Bidens reportedly wanted a chief usher with no ties to Trump. So Harleth was fired at 11:30 a.m., just as the inauguration ceremony was getting underway.
How amazing
They
is that?
fired the usher, so that was supposed to unlock the doors right before they arrived. So they got locked out of the White House and they couldn't get into their new home. That's how stupid this administration is. That's like next level. That's like next level idiocy. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, you know the movie Idiocracy? That's our reality.
Yeah, they got locked out of the White House on their first day. It's hard.
There's a difference between saying the president was upset that he lost the election. Obviously he was. He wanted to stay in power.
Yeah.
Than saying he caused an insurrection because he was upset that he lost the election. They're two totally different things.